do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, trying to get it down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to The Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics, from the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories. We cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to The Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics, from the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories. We cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
5. Last year in SIAC basketball action, when the basketball finally stopped bouncing, it was resting in the hands of the Tigers of Savannah State. And along with the basketball came the 2021 Men's SIAC Championship. As the 2022 season is set to get started, the sound of bouncing basketballs can be heard in arenas all across the SIAC. The only question that remains is, when the pounding finally stops, who will be this year's SIAC champion? Glad you could join us for our continuing coverage of the SIAC by Cricket Wireless with the SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. Charles Ward here, serving as your host. An exciting lineup of interviews with coaches and players today to get you kind of caught up as to where things will be looking as we head into the 2022 season. Joining us now to welcome everybody to our stream is the Commissioner of the SIAC, Anthony Holloman. Commissioner.
Good morning and welcome to the 2022 Cricket Wireless Men's Basketball Media Day. I'm Anthony Holloman, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to serve as the 11th Commissioner of the SIAC. I want to start by thanking Gregory Moore for his 13 plus years of transformative leadership. The SIAC is positioned to win championships in all sports, and so we're excited for Media Day today. I want to thank Roy Irvins and Black College Sports Network for streaming this event. And I want to thank Charles Ward for hosting this Media Day. And to all of our coaches and student athletes, we wish you an exciting men's basketball season. Let's play ball. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And again, welcome to everybody to our stream. You can find us at SIAC YouTube and on the various platforms of the Black College Sports Network. First order of business as we get set to look at the 2022 season is to take a look at the preseason team, first and second team preseason teams for the SIAC. And we will begin with the first and second team. Obviously with the first team, Yassine Hooker, the senior from Morehouse College, the guard from Newark, New Jersey, 12 points per ball game for him. He's on the first team, joined by Jordan Simpson, the forward from Albany State from Pasadena, California. Malik Parker joins the group on the first team as well. He's from Albany State as well, the senior guard from Chicago, Illinois. And Burl Kabamba from Spring Hill, the sophomore forward from Clearwater, Florida, averaged 14 points and 7 rebounds for the Badgers last year. And the sophomore from Fort Valley State University, KJ Doucette from Austell, Georgia. He is a member of that first team for the SIAC for the 22-23 season. And all of those players are returning players from the all-conference team from a year ago. Second team preseason all-conference team includes Montrell Jacobs, the senior from Kentucky State, averaged 17 points and 2.7 rebounds per ball game. He's joined by Greg Boyd from Tuskegee, the redshirt senior from Seat Pleasant, Maryland. Mikael Carter from Miles, the junior forward from Lauderdale Hill, Florida. He averaged 10 points, 3 rebounds for the Golden Bears. And Central State's Marcus Scott, the junior from Hinesville, Georgia, at the guard position. He is a member of that second team. And also rounding out the 5 for the second team, all SIAC, is Brandon Biddleman, the junior from Benedict College, finished with 35 steals and 55 defensive rebounds for the Tigers of Benedict. And he is out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So those are your first and second team 2022-23 men's SIAC preseason teams for the conference. Congratulations to all those players on first and second team. Turn now our attention to what a lot of folks have been waiting for, the preseason superlative awards, and it concludes 2 familiar names. The first is the sophomore from Fort Valley State University, KJ Doucette. He is the preseason player of the year. Doucette finished 14.9 points per ball game, shooting 7th in the conference, 5.4 rebounds per ball game. Last year's freshman of the year shot 78% from the free throw line, 418 total points, had 43-point baskets, 40 assists, 31 steals, and 11 blocks for Doucette, the freshman of the year. The other superlative is defensive player of the year. And that goes to Brandon Bittleman, the junior from Benedict College, second team all SIAC. And Brandon on the season, 35 steals, averaged 4 points per ball game, 2.3 rebounds, and he shot an incredible 84% from the free throw line. And if you saw him play for the Tigers of Benedict, he is an absolute ball hawk and deserving of that Defensive Player of the Year award. So those are the two superlatives, KJ Doucette and Brandon Bittleman from Benedict College. We spin our attention now to the preseason rankings as determined by the coaches and the sports information directors from the SIAC. And we begin with the East Division of the SIAC. And coming in at the number 1 spot, it's the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. They are followed in the ranking by the Tigers of Benedict College, who occupy the 2nd spot in preseason ranking, followed by another set of Tigers. This from Savannah State, defending SIAC champs. They come in ranked at number 3 in the East Division. The Golden Rams of Albany State occupy the 4th position, followed by the Wildcats of Fort Valley State University. And at number 6 is the Panthers of Clark Atlanta, followed by the Yellow Jackets of Allen University, their first spot of play for the SIAC this year. And rounding out the 8 in the Eastern Division, it's the Tigers of Edward Waters College in the East Division. So for the East again, it's Morehouse, Benedict, Savannah State, Albany State, Fort Valley, Clark Atlanta, Allen, then Edward Waters. We go now to the West Division in terms of preseason rankings, and the West shapes up this way. At the number 1 spot in the West Division, it is the Golden Bears of Miles College, who come in at that first spot, followed by the Tigers of Tuskegee at number 2. Then it's the Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College coming in ranked at number 3. In the 4th spot, it's the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State, followed by the Marauders of Central State in the 5th position. They are followed by the Dragons of Lane at number 6. And rounding out the 7th spot for the West Division, it's the Badgers of Spring Hill. So for the West Division, it's the Golden Bears of Miles College, Tuskegee, LeMoyne-Owen, Kentucky State, the Marauders of Central State, the Dragons of Lane College, and the Badgers of Spring Hill. That's 1 through 7 for the West Division. And those are the preseason rankings for both divisions, superlatives, and first and second team players as we get set to start the 2022-23 SIAC basketball season. We'll step out for a quick timeout here. When we come back, we will be joined by the Golden Rams of Albany State for a conversation about how they see things shaping up for this season. Stay with us. This is the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
And we're back live with the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day on the SIAC YouTube page. Glad you could join us for our coverage. And our conversations begin now with the teams. And we start with the Golden Rams of Albany State. And on the screen for the Golden Rams is head coach Patrick Gale, this 5th season, joined by players Malik Parker and Jameer Moore. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us and good morning.
Good morning, Charles. Thank you.
Let's jump right into it. Golden Rams of Albany State coming into the preseason press conference. Preseason ranked that's 5th coming into the season. Last year, finished 5th in the East with a 10-20 mark overall and 6-11. Coach Gales, as we look at the start of this season, get your early thoughts about what the offseason was like for the Golden Rams, what caught your attention, what was your focus in terms of the Golden Rams looking at this season and looking to turn a better output for this campaign?
Charles, just working hard every day, just trying to, our biggest mantra with the coaching staff in the offseason was just stack days, not just in recruiting, but in offseason workouts. We had some guys stay in the summer and work out all summer. And then the preseason, we had, guys that looked like they were bought in from early onset. So just trying to work hard every day and just stack days together.
You're joined by 2 players, one a senior, Malik Parker, and then Jameer Moore, the transfer from Charleston Southern University. Chance for us to get kind of really 2 perspectives on players that are part of your program at Albany State. Malik, 2nd team all conference. Your thoughts? You finished with 17 points plus per ball game last year. What is the focus for you coming into this season as it relates to what you'd like to maybe improve upon as a player to really help the Golden Rams? And Jameer, you're transferring into the program. What led your decision to become a part of the Golden Rams?
It's all about progression to me. So every day it's the next step up. I want to get better every day, and it starts in practice. So as long as we win the day in practice, everything else will fall into place.
For me, it all starts with the culture of the program. You got to have a culture that has a mindset of saying, we want to win this season. Last season was last season. It's a new season. We want to win. And then I have a coach who's going to tell me, we got to do what it takes to win, whether that's me playing out of my position or playing in a different role that I'm not used to, whatever it takes, we're going to win. And that's what he wants from me. And that's what we're going to do.
And Coach, just from hearing the comments of those 2 players, it really speaks into the dynamic that you are adding to the Golden Ram program down in Albany, Georgia, for a program that has 7 SIAC titles. I know you're still on your way to your first down there, but you have set in place a culture down there that really has kind of changed the dynamic overall in terms of how your team approaches play, but more so than that, and just in terms of their approach to, or their attitude that's exhibited in terms of their leadership style and the representation of Albany State.
I appreciate that, Charles. But like I said, we're work in progress, and the biggest thing is just trying to teach them life lessons bigger than basketball. Like Jameer said, we just want to make sure that the culture is in place. And like Malik said, once you work on just controlling what you control, how much effort you put in, how much, not just physical effort, but mental effort you put in, things will fall into place. But it starts with.
And Malik and Jameer, I really want to get your input on this as well. Not too far before this season gets started, it's a long time between last season and the start of a new season. You're right there on the brink of this one getting going. How do you feel at this point as you approach the season and not really having hit the court yet?
We're just really excited to get on the floor and prove. We got a lot to prove, so we're just really excited, and everybody has to buy into the program. That's pretty much it. Everybody just has to buy in and listen to coach, and everything else will take care of itself.
I completely agree. Last season was last season. This year, we're trying to just turn things around and make this season, a season to be proud of.
And Coach, as a coach getting ready for the season yourself, when we see you at the sideline, it's always about making immediate decisions based upon what you see on the floor. But coming into the season, you have a chance to kind of breathe a little bit and think about things before they actually get going. Give us your thoughts about as you get set to go into the start of basketball play.
Well, it's kind of like the teacher that is starting the school year, and the big day is a standardized testing day. So assessment every day. You want to make sure that not only you assess the players, but you assess the coaching staff, and again, assess myself. I have to be my biggest critic. So a lot of things that I looked at, that I needed to work on, and not just in the off season, but also the preseason. So, like you said, you have time to kind of look over everything as a whole, and I've been doing that, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I can't ask my players to be accountable if I'm not accountable myself. So that's where it starts.
Golden Rams trying to be accountable and see if they can't bring a championship down to Albany, Georgia. Head coach Patrick Gale, players Malik Parker and Jameer Moore, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We'll look for you in the championship ball game at the end of the season.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Golden Rams of Albany State come in ranked 4th in preseason ranking. Let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll be talking to Keith Walker, head coach of the Yellow Jackets of Allen University, joined by Reginald Reynolds and Cameron Sibley. That's just ahead on the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. Stay with us.
It's like a loot machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loot machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and Instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
You're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics. There's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. Conversations continue as we get set to discuss basketball with head coach Keith Walker of the Allen University Yellow Jackets. He's joined on screen by Reginald Reynolds and Cameron Sibley. Reynolds, the senior forward, averaged 6 points per ball game, 4 rebounds per outing for the Yellow Jackets last year in NAIA play. Sibley, the senior forward as well, 13 points per ball game, 6 rebounds per outing during last season. Coach, players, I guess, first of all, welcome to the SIAC.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
This is your first year at the helm, coach, for the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Strong legacy within HBCUs in terms of your coaching experience at Delaware State and then at Shaw University. What's your hope for the footprint you'd like to leave or to create with the Yellow Jackets of Allen University?
Well, as the program makes its transition to Division II, I just want Allen to be a competitive opponent. Take the program to a consistent level within the SIAC. And, just want to make Allen a very competitive program here.
Well, I'm good friends with the athletics director over there, Jasher Cox, and I want to ask you if he was treating you right as it relates to the transition into Allen University. If not, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, he is. He's giving us everything we need.
And you're here with two of your players today, Reginald and Cameron, players that have experience for Allen University.
Well, we have AJ Baker that's here on my left,
okay.
And Reggie Reynolds is here on my right. But Cameron had a test that he had to take, and he could not be here, couldn't miss it. So we had Anthony Baker take his place. But Anthony was a player that started pretty much most of last year, and very, very good contributor to the team.
Okay, well, let's start in with Anthony. Anthony, you just heard Coach talking about your contributions to the team. Let's talk about your view of what it means to now be a part of the SIAC and what your anticipation or expectations might be about the level of competition you're going to experience.
Well, I believe like the competition will be better, so we have to just go out there and show all the hard work we've been doing all in preseason and just like showcase all our talents and everything that we've been doing to prepare for these moments.
And Reginald, really the same for you. Just talk a little bit about your off-season preparation for coming into SIAC play this year.
This year, we're looking to just work hard, showcase our talent, just a background of what my teammate and my coach said. We follow our coach's lead. We had the hard work preseason. You just want to see the best outcome for everyone.
And I'll throw this out to all of you. Maybe we can start with you, Coach, on it first. But coming into this first season of play, what's going to be your measuring stick early on as it relates to knowing where your team kind of sizes up with the SIAC, or if what you are trying to implement there is actually being done?
Well, I know that a lot of the coaches in the league are established and have been through the grind of the SIAC before. But, you know, in looking around, we have to take our program as it transforms from NAIA level to Division II. And we have to make sure we take steps in order to uplift the program as we progress every year. We want to be competitive, especially initially, and filling the holes and the gaps that we need, and viewing the teams that were here that we saw last year. You know, we just have to make strides to you know, to get the personnel in that we need that could you know, make us a more competitive program with the other SIAC member institutions.
And Reginald and Anthony, as you hear Coach talking about the things that need to be done going into this season, obviously, since you are here representing the program here at Media Day, he has a great dependence on the both of you. How have you shouldered, or how do you plan on shouldering that leadership role that's expected of you during this first campaign?
As a captain of the team, I will continue to show my leadership and guide each of the players to the right direction that coach wants us to go. So if he wants us to do a job, and motivate each and every one of the guys on the team to get that job done.
Just staying on, backing off of what he said, just staying on each of the new guys coming in, putting them in the system and teaching them how things can be done.
Oh, there you hear it from the Yellow Jackets of Allen University as they get set for their first year play in the SIAC. Head coach Keith Walker, Reginald Reynolds, and Anthony Baker representing the program today. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck in this first campaign.
All right, thank you.
Allen University Yellow Jackets getting set for SIAC play. They came in ranked in 7th spot in the East Division. We'll take a break here. When we come back, we will be talking to Coach Artis Maddox and the Tigers of Benedict College. He'll be joined by Malachi McCoy and Brandon Smith. That's just ahead on the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. Stay with us.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and Instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Polk.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. We're live on the YouTube channel for the SIAC and all of the various platforms for the Black College Sports Network. Glad you could join us as we continue our conversation with SIAC teams vying for the championship. Turn our attention now to the Tigers of Benedict College. Artis Maddox, the head coach for the Tigers of Benedict, joins us. And Brandon Smith, the junior guard, joins us as well. Gentlemen, thanks for sharing some time with us this morning.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
Tigers finished last season 22-7 overall, advanced all the way to the final ball game in the championship round, dropping it 76-62 to the Tigers of Savannah State. Coach, an impressive showing for the Tigers of Benedict College. Let's talk about that as a springboard coming into this season.
Yes, I've been sharing that with our guys, that bitter taste that we had losing in the championship game last year. Even though we beat Savannah State twice during the regular season, it's hard to beat a team 3 times. And we're just trying to build on what we started last year, just trying to roll that over to this year, and hopefully we can go further than what we did last year. That's the goal.
And Brandon, you were a big part of that team last year, and that push by the Tigers deep into the tournament, and a good year overall. What was your offseason like for you, having to kind of live with that until we get set for tip-off for this year?
It just fueled me the whole summer because I seen how it affected our whole team, especially the seniors who don't get a chance to run it back. So I just made sure the whole offseason that I wasn't going to feel that feeling again this year.
And Coach, in addition to Brandon Smith being a big part of what you got going as it relates to this upcoming season, talk a little bit about off-season and perhaps some of the personnel that you've added to complement Brandon's play on the court.
We added a few pieces this offseason, had a few junior college transfers, a couple Division I transfers to try to make up for what we lost with our seniors last year, with Todd Green being the player of the year, Tim being first team all-conference player. It's hard to replace those guys with one single player, but we'll have to do it by committee this year. So that's the goal, and the guys have been working extremely hard in the preseason and in practice so we can accomplish that goal.
Brandon, you're obviously going to be a big part of any mix that takes place for Coach Maddox and the Tigers this season. How do you view yourself as a junior with experience with this program? How do you view your role in terms of what you share with the rest of your team and how they may feed off of what you provide them?
Well, I definitely got a bigger role this year than last year because I know what it takes to get to where we were, to the championship. So I'm just trying to use that to show people, show my teammates, we can't take any days off, any plays off, because the moment you take a play off, you might just lose your opportunity like we did against Savannah State. So I'm just here to be a leader this year and kind of set the tone for us.
And Coach, obviously, when we ask the question what the goal is for the Tigers for the year, we know included in that answer is going to be the SIAC title. But what kind of growth or development would you like to see with your program as it relates to the team and on its way to eventually winning the title?
Well, I've seen a lot of growth over the past few weeks. We had a few scrimmages and an exhibition game last night, and every week we're getting better. We got to gel, find the right chemistry, get the right lineups in together. And so far, we've been on schedule. So hopefully we can carry this over here to November the 11th when we play Florida Tech. Hopefully we can win that game against Florida Tech that Friday and play Rollins that Saturday and win those 2 games. But I'm pleased with how we're gelling, how we're coming together within the last 3 weeks.
we're getting better. We're making mistakes, but we watch film and we're correct. So the guys, they're listening, they're being coachable, they're working hard, and that's all I can ask for.
Brandon, the last Benedict title came in 2015. What would it mean to you coming into your junior year to win that crown for the Tigers?
That would be great. That would be amazing because we definitely put the work in the offseason. We got up on the track early. We've been in the way, so to just show that hard work really does pay off, and that'll be exactly what we've been working for.
Coach, I'll put that same question to you as our final out on this one. What would it mean to you as a coach of this program to take away a title this coming season?
Oh man, it'll mean so much. We had it in our grasp last year and it slipped away. So we got to work even harder this year just to make it back to the championship game. And hopefully we'll be able to win it this year. But it will mean so much to our program, just all the hard work we've been putting in over the years as coaches, recruiting the right student athletes to change the culture and to bring that championship back to Benedict. I didn't know it's been that long since Benedict has won the conference tournament title. So it'll mean the world to me. And that's the goal. Hopefully we can have tears of joy come March in Atlanta, wherever the whole site is. So it'll mean so much in so many words. It'll mean so much to me, so much to our program, our student athletes. It'll mean so much.
Well, and we're all pulling for you for that win. Brandon Smith, junior guard for the Tigers of Benedict College, and head coach Artis Maddox for Benedict. They finished second in the preseason ranking on the East Division. Wish you all the best of luck this campaign.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach and Brandon. So the Tigers of Benedict College, second in the East Division. Step out for a timeout. When we come back, we'll be joined by Antonio Davis, a couple of student athletes for the Marauders of Central State, as our coverage of the SIAC Men's Media Day continued, sponsored by Cricket Wireless.
AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
You're looking
Back live with the Cricket Wireless SIAC 2022-23 Men's Basketball Media Day. Glad you could join us for our continuing coverage. We step back into the correct order now. We mentioned that it would be the Marauders of Central State that we'd be talking to in this segment, but instead it's the Panthers of Clark Atlanta joining us on screen. And head coach Alfred Jordan is joined by Justin Longstreet and Jalen Williams, student athletes representing the Panthers of CAU. And Coach Alfred Jordan, I extend a hearty congratulations to you in your first year as a head coach of your alma mater, Clark Atlanta University.
Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate it.
Well, I'm going to take you back a little bit. I remember when I was doing the play-by-play for Clark Atlanta, you were running around on the court, kind of acting as a general on the court. And even back then, it was clear that you had all the markings of becoming a head coach.
Yes, I must say Coach Darryl Jacobs did a really good job prepping this moment.
Indeed, he did. I actually saw him a couple of weeks ago at a function here in Atlanta, and he spoke so highly of you and was so proud of the fact that you're now in the seat for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. But now that you're in the seat, you face a challenge coming off a 12-16 season a year ago. The Panthers of Clark Atlanta did. Your thoughts about what your footprint needs to be or has to be on your alma mater to get the Panthers back to a championship title?
I think it starts with changing the culture and teaching our guys how to win. You know, taking 18 losses last season, that's a lot of bumps and bruises. And so what I've been trying to do with the guys is to teach them the winning mentality and to never take a playoff and to compete to the bitter end no matter what.
You're joined by two players with you today. You can introduce them both to us and give us your initial thoughts about both of these players and how they will impact Clark Atlanta.
Well, last year I got the chance to play against both guys when I was across the street at Morehouse College. You know, I remember what Jalen did to us in that second game, 33 points, triple overtime, and probably had one of the most highlighted dunks of the season against us. And I also remember the leadership that I seen from Justin Longstreet. And, you know, he came back to us as a graduate student this year. And I'm expecting both of these guys to play a major role in the rebuilding of the program.
And Justin and Jalen, your thoughts coming into this 2022-23 season for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta?
My thoughts coming into this season is first setting a tone. It starts on defense. We have to be a defensive-minded team, and offense will come with the sets Coach has been running and giving us this year. So I feel like it starts with defense and leadership.
To piggyback on what he said, defense can win us a lot of games. We can score a lot of points, but we don't stop anybody from win. We have to buy in what Coach is saying, and we'll be a successful team this year.
And Coach, the challenge of setting the tone kind of leads us into the question about, I know it depends on personnel more than anything else, but what style or brand of basketball do you expect we'll be able to see from the Panthers this year?
A very gritty and grinded out team. As you heard, both guys alluded to defense first. We spent the last week and a half having practices solely focusing on defense. These guys have the ability to score the ball. I watched them on film a lot last year. And one thing that they were just missing was the defensive schemes and things of that nature. So I really feel like if we defend this year, we'll be in every game, and then it will be my job to help these guys close it out and to teach them to how to win.
You referenced just a few seconds ago, Coach, that last year, obviously, you were on the sideline, our assistant coach at Morehouse College. You had a chance, obviously, to peep in on your alma mater a couple of times during the course of that season. Do you think that gives you a leg up as you come back as a head coach of Clark Atlanta?
Well, I wouldn't say it gives me a leg up. You know, I did get the job 2 weeks into school, but, you know, I'm not complaining the way God gave me my blessing. I think the guys on the team are the guys that I was supposed to coach my first year, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. And, I want these guys to take on my mentality, which they have been doing so far. And we're going to compete this year. I'm ready for the opportunity. These guys are ready for the opportunity. And like I tell everybody, we're going to be a team that starts to trend upward as long as the season continues to go for us.
And Justin and Jalen will end this section with a question to both of you. What burns you or drives you the most as you look toward the start of this season, just probably a week or so away from tipping things off and getting started? What's your major focus coming into this season as individual players?
As an individual player, like I said, the defense at the end and also my teammates, they drive me the most in practice. Some days we might not feel like pushing through with the practice plan Coach got, but our teammates, we stick together and we just fight through. But as an individual player, I want to be vocally and more focused on defense.
As far as team goes, I feel like we have a close group. We all hang out a lot. We all talk on and off the court. And I think individually, I think me being a grad student, have to be a leader and be more vocal and just help the guys out. Like just through the bumps and bruises through a long season, I just help the new guys out.
First year head coach Alfred Jordan returns to his alma mater to coach the Panthers of Clark Atlanta. Justin Longstreet and Jalen Williams going to be big factors for the Panthers of Clark Atlanta as they vie for the program's fourth SIAC title as they start the 2022 basketball season. Gentlemen, congratulations on getting to this point. We wish you the best of luck headed into this season. For the Panthers of Clark Atlanta, hopefully we'll see you all in the championship ball game.
Thank you.
Panthers of Clark Atlanta finishing preseason ranking 6th in the East Division of the SIAC. Take a break. When we come back, we'll be talking to the Tigers of Edward Waters College when the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day continues.
Looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources.
And the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day continues on the SIAC YouTube page. Glad you could join us for our coverage of Media Day. Joined now by the Tigers of Edward Waters College. They come in ranked 8th in the East Division in the preseason ranking. Head coach Howard White Jr., joined by Larry Queemy and Caleb Edwards, 2 students who play for the Tigers of Edward Waters. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us at the Media Day.
Thank you.
Coach, Tigers of Edward Waters in GCAC action last year, got to the semifinals, lost in that ball game to Tougaloo, but a long push by the Tigers in terms of the season play from a year ago. Now you take that record and the program, bringing it into the SIAC. Give us your initial thoughts about playing against opponents in the SIAC. I know you've had some cross-section with them from before, but now you're in the conference legitimately and kind of a different story.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. It's going to be a challenge for us to step up from NIA to Division II. And how you counter that is you got to bring in good talent to be able to compete in the SIAC. I used to be in that conference as an assistant back in 2011 with Benedict College, so I'm kind of familiar with style of play and what you need to be successful in that league.
Well, you have two players with you today that can lend to the success of Edward Waters in the SIAC, Larry Queemy and Caleb Edwards. Guys, as you take a look or start to think about play within the SIAC conference, your thoughts about that transition from the GCAC to the SIAC and really what it means to you in terms of if you're going to have to elevate your style of play or game to compete at this Division II level?
I mean, I think it's really exciting. It's a great opportunity for us, not only me, but as a team. I feel like we're ready. We put in the work in, a lot of new players, new coaching, all of those things. And I think that, we'll surprise a lot of people this year.
Well, this is my first year coming into the SIAC. Like I said, Coach said we have some transfers. We got some pieces that we put together. So I think, having the guys together and preseason workout, I think that really helped contribute to our success. So I think we'll be able to make some noise this year.
And Coach, we'll put it back to you in terms of coming into the SIAC. How does that factor into your level of preparation for the team this year? I notice this is your first year as head coach, but does that add an added element to it that the transition's taking place, the players know that it's taking place, and even for the Edward Waters community overall, does that lend itself to perhaps some level of consideration that you may not have if it was just a regular GACA regular season?
Oh, yes, sir. The competition is going to be different. It's going to be elevated. So everything about us has to be elevated also. Our mindset has to be elevated. Our focus has to be elevated because you're going from NIA to NCAA Division II, and that's a whole different level. But for me this year, the challenge is to get these guys' mindset and their focus to that level so we can compete and expect to win.
Well, you have one grad student there and one transfer into the program. Gentlemen, as players, what role do you think you're going to have to play amongst the rest of your teammates to make this a very competitive year for the Tigers in the conference?
I think my role is really whatever my coach needs me to do, whatever that may be. If that's scoring one night, if that's just defense one night, I think I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And I think I can speak for, my whole team that we're all kind of on that same page. So that's why I think this is a very exciting year for us this year.
For me, I would say being one of the forwards on the team, rebounding, defense, being dominant in the paint, talking a lot of vocal stuff, because me being a grad transfer, I'm like the senior on the court. And so leading other guys, it'll be a handful of things. But I think those things mainly will contribute to our success.
Well, you hit on an operative word there, success. I mean, you can measure it in a lot of different ways, but I want you all to kind of think about this from just the top level, if you possibly could. What in the world would it mean for Edward Waters to come in its first year in the SIAC and just take it all the way and win the title?
Well, that is our goal. That's what we plan on doing. I think we have the pieces in place. I got a glimpse of what we're going to look like this year when we scrimmage Flagler College on the 24th. They're a powerhouse in the Peach Belt Conference. We look real good against Flagler. We ended up beating them. And I saw some great things. I saw some things we need to work on. But as far as competing in the SIAC, I mean, if you can compete against a team like that out of the Peach Belt, you can compete in the SIAC. So we're looking for some great things from us this year. Winning the East and maybe winning the tournament. Well, hopefully we will win the tournament. Those are our goals this year. We don't want to come in and just say we just want to be here, happy to be here. We want to come in and win.
Indeed, a great marker for the Tigers of Edward Waters. And players, we want to chime in on that as well in terms of what it would mean for you if you're able to take it first year SIAC title.
It would definitely mean a lot. Consider I've been here for about 2 years now. My first year was COVID year, so that didn't count. Last year was a transitioning year into D2, so we couldn't even compete for the things that we thought we were going to be able to. So now this year, having the opportunity, I would be huge for, not only me, but for our team, for the school. Very big opportunity that I plan on taking advantage of.
And Larry, we'll let you have the final word on it.
Oh, it's like Coach said. I mean, we're not playing for nothing else but to win. So the first year, whatever, but the objective would be to win the league. So, that's the bare minimum. We don't expect nothing less.
Tigers of Edward Ward is head coach Howard White Jr., Larry Quimby, and Caleb Edwards, part of the trio for Edward Waters, who in their first year in the SIAC laid the gauntlet down. They're going for the SIAC title. We'll see if how they fare with that effort as the season progresses. Gentlemen, thanks so much for the time this morning, and best of luck during the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Edward Waters coming in ranked 8th in the East Division of the SIAC, getting set for SIAC play. Take a break here. When we come back, it'll be the Wildcats of Fort Valley giving us their thoughts on the upcoming season. That's just ahead on the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Media Day.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
And the Cricket Wireless 2022-23 SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day continues. And we're joined on screen now by the contingent from Fort Valley State University, head coach Montez Robinson, middle of your screen, KJ Doucette on the right, and PJ Mitchell to the right of Coach Robinson. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the media show.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, your first full year at the helm of the Wildcats of Fort Valley, took over after the season progressed last year. Let us get your early thoughts about what footprint you're looking to put on Fort Valley down in the Valley as they start for the 2022 season.
Well, we just want to compete. The guys, they were here this summer in the weight room. They were working hard. They was getting up shots. And we left the conference with a bad taste in our mouth towards the end of the year. So guys, they're coming back hungry. I can't ask anything more from them because they're giving everything they have. They're competing every day. They're working hard.
And it's, you know, it's a little bit different when you don't have to get your guys up and motivate them. They're already motivated to go. So just been, me and the staff just been very pleased with where we're at and where we're going right now.
Well, you got two players that are there with you. You reference players that worked hard and really left it all out on the floor. Had a chance to cover you all last year in the SIAC tournament, got into the quarterfinals, and a couple ball games that you all had there during the tournament. Just outstanding play from both of these guys, Mitchell and Doucette. Just a wonderful effort to show a display of just guts and determination for both of those players. Really want to congratulate you both for the job you did in the tournament. And to you now as players, you're looking at the 2022 season that you're faced. Doucette, you're the sophomore, PJ, the junior, still got some time left in the program, but this year is this year. And I know that you all think that this is an opportunity for you to do the breakout and get further than the quarterfinals this season. You guys there?
Oh, we couldn't hear you, sis.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're just commenting on the fact that it's a new season for the both of you, and just trying to get a sense of what your thoughts are coming into it based upon the valiant effort that you both put in the tournament last year and how that feeds into you coming into this new campaign.
I say work. Like last year during the conference tournament, it left a bad taste in our mouth. Like we know we was one stop away from a win. And like during the summer, we had worked so hard, and like my team is hungry. Everyone's hungry. We wanted this year.
Yeah, like he said, we just want to come in and come together and compete.
And Coach, obviously part of the challenge is going to be how you get these two players and the rest of the Wildcats to gel starting at the beginning of the season. Everybody knows that these seasons, they're just a grind, you know, just point blank. It's a long period of basketball play. How have you positioned yourself and the team to kind of get ready for that grind and to look at the day-to-day and to try to take the day-to-day to extrapolate it into the success of a season?
Well, just coming in every day and going to work. One thing about this group of guys is nobody's selfish. You know, they're coming in every day is just trying to get better and trying to get one another better. So that right there alone, it helps the gelling process when you don't have any guys trying to be me guys. They're trying to be team guys. And, you know, when we come in the huddle every day, we break it down family, and we break it down together. So these guys are all on the same page from that standpoint. So I think that helps the gel come a little bit quicker than normal.
And KJ and PJ as players, I mean, you're players that are familiar with the program and you have a definitive role. But KJ, in your case, named preseason all, that's the player of the year coming into the season. How much of a factor do you think, you know, the accolades and your responsibility as upper class players feeds into how you prep and tutor younger players that are in the program and to bring that chemistry all together for Fort Valley?
I think it's really important just trying to be a leader to the freshmen that's coming in and showing them the ways and showing them how everything is supposed to go for real.
PJ? It will be leadership coming in, leading these guys. Yeah, leading these guys to a better role. Like, as I said, last year, it was a bad taste. This year, this is a new year for us.
And Coach, we referenced this at the beginning of our conversation. You took over the team, you know, early in the process, probably the second half of the season is when you really were able to get in and entrench yourself. What will it mean for you and for Fort Valley if you're able in this campaign, your first full at Fort Valley, to build upon that record of 8-20 of the last year and a quarterfinal finish a year ago to get an SIAC title for the Wildcats of Fort Valley, which would be the third in the school's history?
I mean, that would be amazing. Like you said, just coming in January 5th last year and having to play a game on the 8th, you know, you're not able at that point to put in a lot of stuff. But, you know, having this team from August, you know, and to this point, we've been able to get in the trenches and grind out in practice and do the things that we need to do to prepare so we can be ready for the long haul of this season. but it'll be great for this community. Like you said, it's the last championship, the last opportunity that we won was in 1998. So that was 25 years ago. We're going to celebrate the anniversary of that 25-year team. So what better way would it be to celebrate the last championship and come in there this year and compete for one? So that would be very huge for this community, for this university, for these guys.
KJ, PJ, you guys still have some time left in the program. Your thoughts about if you win the title this year, what it's going to mean for you all going forward with the Wildcats of Fort Valley? You both played. Chemistry between the two of you on the floor is just absolutely incredible. But to be able to hoist that trophy at the end of the year has to be something that would be outstanding for the both of you.
Yeah, that would be all of our hard work that we put in towards the summer, between now to February, March. Like when we put that trophy in the air, that's gonna prove our hard work and non-selfishness.
Yeah, like basically like every practice, that's the goal. Every game, we just trying to get a step closer to winning the championship for real.
Wildcats of Fort Valley, Montez Robinson in his first year as head coach, KJ Doucette, preseason player of the year, and PJ Mitchell, the junior guard, who's a real general of the Wildcats of Fort Valley. Thanks so much for sharing time with us this morning, and best of luck during the season.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Wildcats of Fort Valley, East Division, 5th ranked team in the preseason, getting set for the campaign. We're getting set for more interviews here on the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. Just ahead. Stay with us.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and Instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
We're back live at the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. Glad you could join us for our continuing coverage as we converse with players and coaches about the upcoming 2022 season. And joining us now, head coach of the Maroon Tigers, Morehouse College, Douglas Whitler. And he's joined on screen by Evan Williams, the junior guard for the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. And coach, first of all, congratulations in order. The title now is head coach without an interim tag.
Yes. I appreciate that, Charles. Yeah, it was a process for me. I had to prove what I could do with what I've learned from Coach Brewer, and he taught me well, and he definitely had me prepared for the moment.
And a little sidebar story as it relates to you having the interim removed. We actually ran into each other in Douglasville right after you'd gotten the call that you've been appointed as head coach full time. It was just a spur of the moment. Congratulations for a job well done.
Yep, and I appreciate it, Charles. I really do. Thank you.
Yeah, Maroon Tigers, first in the East, in preseason ranking, got to the semifinals last year and lost to the eventual champions, the Tigers of Savannah State, in that semifinal ball game. Let's talk about the preparation as you come into the season with Evan Williams, the junior, with you here on screen. Talk about it from your standpoint first, Coach, and then Evan, you can chime in as it relates to your preseason prep to get ready for this campaign.
Okay, well, this year coming in, we added a few new pieces to the puzzle. But this year, we got to really control the game and focus on our defensive side of the ball. Conditioning is one of the main things that I really want to try to focus on with this group because we're guard heavy. We want to get up and down the court real quick. But being guard heavy, we got to make sure also that we're tough. So we're doing a lot of tough drills now in practice, just trying to prepare for the schedule that we built.
Yeah, like Coach said, we got a really guard-oriented team. I feel like we could play real fast, and a lot of teams won't be able to, keep up with our pace. So as long as we, push the tempo, focus on the defensive end, as far as pressuring the other team guards. Pressuring the whole team really, and I feel like we should be straight.
And Coach, don't have your schedule here in front of me, but when do you all actually start with play this coming season?
Yeah, so we actually had our first game last night against Talladega. We won that one. It was a grind out. Those kids can play and they're extremely tough. So we earned that one. And we actually have an exhibition coming up on Monday against Harvard. And then we actually got to return Talladega the game back on next Saturday.
Yeah, and I mentioned that because I wanted you to do exactly what you did. You talked about that exhibition game coming up against Harvard next few days or so. Both schools just legendary as it relates to the academics of it all. In some portions of the country, they refer to Morehouse as the Harvard of the South. And in our part of the country, we refer to Harvard as the Morehouse of the North. So it should be an interesting matchup with them just to get that relationship with an Ivy League school associated with one of the most elite schools as it relates to any college in the country, and particularly with HBCUs. So just wondering what that affiliation or that relationship means to Morehouse.
Well, it means a lot. And again, we got to give all thanks to Coach Grady Brewer, who established that relationship with Coach Amaker. And, Tommy Amaker, I remember him from his days at Michigan or whatnot. And so I've established my own relationship with them as well. So we went down there and played them last year, and they're returning the game back to us this year, which was big time because, not many D1s go on the road to play exhibition games against a Division II school. So we were honored to do that. And, we're looking forward to coming out and competing. They're going to be well coached. They've been practicing for months before we have, but we don't make any excuses. We just come in and try to compete and do our job.
Evan, you're the junior for the Maroon Tigers and Coach Whittler. Last year, 7 points per ball game, 2.7 rebounds, 2 assists per contest. Coach referenced it a few minutes ago that Morehouse traditionally has been, and it is this year, it sounds like, a team that's very guard heavy. How does that impact the play? You referenced it a minute ago that the tempo certainly is faster with a guard-laden offense, but you as one of the leaders of the team and as a guard, how does that impact the play of this team just as it relates to your approach to the game?
It impacts the team and my approach to the game because, as you said, I'm stepping into a role as one of the, main leaders on the team. So I feel like it's my job to set the tone at all times for how we're supposed to play. So, it's a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, I feel like I can handle it. And, Coach instills the confidence in me to tell me that I can handle it. So it's a challenge, but I feel like I'm up to it. And I feel like this is going to be a much better year for both myself and the team. We got a lot of unfinished business, and we got a kind of a bad taste in our mouth, coming from last year. So use that, to fuel the fire and get it done.
And Coach, the same to you coming into this season within the SIAC, you more than anybody else had a profound understanding about the quality of play within this league because you were a part of it as a player yourself. As you look at the start of this season, what's going to be your measuring stick for the Maroon Tigers as the campaign unfolds and you start getting into conference play?
Well, of course, like I said, we just got to play defense against everybody that we play. If we do that, Charles, I know that we'll be in the game, and that's all I ever really asked for. We got a tough schedule coming up. After Talladega, we got to go. We got Columbus State coming in. Then we got 2 CIAA schools with Fayetteville State, as well as Livingston College as well, right before we get ready to start the conference play against Mile, who we know is extremely tough, and they're going to bring it every year. So, I'm just trying to mentally keep my guys focused and prepared. We got a few guys a little banged up, so some not playing right now, some that is playing. So we got to get healthy, and if we're healthy, and we're going to come in and compete. And again, I like my chances if we play defense with my team.
Coming in ranked number 1 in the East in the preseason polls, the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. Second-year head coach Douglas Whitler and Evan Williams going to be a big part of the factoring for the Maroon Tigers in this campaign. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you down the trail for sure.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
Take a break here on the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Media Day. We'll come back. We'll be talking to Coach Broadnax and the Tigers of Savannah State.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app. As we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do.
Back live at the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day. Glad you're continuing to stay with us for our coverage. We come now to the Tigers of Savannah State, the defending SIAC champions. Head coach Horace Broadnax in his 17th campaign, Larson Ashford and Elite Bowles join us on screen. Gentlemen, thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Good morning. Good morning.
Glad to have you. From down in Savannah. My hometown's about 50 miles away from there in Statesboro. So glad to see some of the locals here on our screen. Coach,
16.
You got it. The lonely I-16. Tigers win the title last year, pushing to the first round of the NC2A regionals. So congratulations on the season last year. some folks had you coming in at the end of last year, ranked 3 going into the tournament. Some folks saying that it was a surprise, but the way you all played in the tournament, it was clear that it was not a surprise, a very solid performance by the Tigers throughout the tournament, and a job well done in terms of winning it. With the win, now that brings you into a situation of now you are the ones that people are saying a different thing about now is well, they got a target on the back now because they cleared the deck last year. Coming into this season, how does that feel, knowing what you did last year? You're the defending champs, and as you get ready for conference competition this season.
From my perspective, it feels good in a sense that that's something that we accomplished last year. And I'm telling the guys this year, some of the coaches in the SIAC mentioned that how hard we played, how well we played defense, and how much energy we played with. So that's our emphasis. That's my emphasis is we got to have good energy. Every time we hit this court this year, we're just working on our energy level, trying to get that energy through the roof so we can have good practices. So our defense could turn up a little bit, so hard work could turn up a little bit. So, it feels good, and you want to try to do it again. You want to try to use it as a springboard as opposed to quicksand. We can't get complacent. Just like you mentioned, that it's a target on our back. And if it's not one, then we put it there so that we could, every day we got to work. It was a great feeling, and it's a feeling that you want to go chase after again. So the energy level has to be high, and we got to really be prepared to put the work in.
Larson and Alik, I know it may be difficult to say any more than what Coach has already said because he expressed it so well, but I'm wondering if you can think about the difference between the start of last season prior to being the champions and then coming in, getting prepped for this season, knowing that you are the champs and you are defending. Is that a different mindset for you as players?
I'll say yes, it is, because we have a higher expectation this season. So we really want to make sure that we come into practice every day with energy. I mean, that's been our focus, and really taking pride in our school. And I feel like this season, that has been our main priority. And I think that compared to last season, we're doing a better job of taking pride in what we have here and that we can achieve more than ever before.
For me, I always prepare the same. So it doesn't really matter the target or not. I'm here to help win the championship. It's all the work is the same for me.
And Coach, and I'll throw it out to everybody on the panel as well, is that the level of competition within the SIAC, and to come in, last year was first year in terms of tournament play, and to win that title just was phenomenal. But as you indicate, now the work begins. You as a coach, how do you keep that focus there, and what additional elements do you have other than the 2 players that are here with you now and some of the returning players from a year ago? What was the focus in terms of any levels of improvement that you thought the Tigers might need in the off season?
Well, I mean, these 2 guys are the remaining starters from last year's team. So obviously they're going to have to step up. We lost 3 of our top leading scorers. So guys are going to have to step up. Guys in reserve roles are going to have to step up. I think we got enough guys from that team. We got 5 seniors on this team, and we added 5 freshmen. And then in between, we have several sophomores and some juniors that could everybody just needs to step up. So, the main thing that we need to continue to get better. And like I said, our energy just needs to be through the roof. And at the end of the day, when we get on the basketball court, we got banners of every team in the SIAC hanging up in our gym. And occasionally, sometime I point at a few of them. Morehouse College is the gold standard in the league. And so we still chasing Morehouse College. Morehouse won last year in our conference. Benedict did a tremendous job last year. Tuskegee, I can mention them all. Lang and LeMoyne-Owen had new coaches. They're coming on. Allen, I could go down the lane. The Fort Valley is going to be extremely hard. So we respect everybody in this conference. And when we get on this court, we want to work hard. We want to enjoy playing. And, we're looking forward to the competition. And that's what it should be. We're trying to lift the SIAC up along with the other members in the school. So we're going to try to bring a lot of energy and make it extremely competitive.
And the league and Larson, I'll put the same to you. Your players that are experienced at Savannah State, and you know the individual matchups that you will face during the course of the season. As you look at that and get ready for that, what's the motivating factor for you as individual players in terms of what you know you're going to have to do as an individual to contribute to the overall success of Savannah State?
Well, like Coach said, we're returning and we got a lot of new faces on the team. So the most important part is to lead by example. So being the most energetic in practice, so that when we get on the floor, those people that haven't experienced the, playing at either the college level or even playing with Savannah State, that they know that they've been there before in practice. So then when we get on the floor, we'll be able to mesh well together.
Just keep up the intensity. I know for me personally, Coach basically got like the best players on the other team, so I just gotta make something to see, work out a lot, stay in condition. And I know offensively, I'm gonna have to score more, or at least keep the offense balanced. But we'll be fine. We got some young people. They looking good. We're gonna get them together, and Coach can keep us together.
Winners of the title a year ago. Final question to all of you. What would it mean to be back-to-back champions of the SIAC?
For me, it'll be great. And especially, I'm a Savannah native, so the championship was great for me. It just means so much for me and for the city. So I'm trying to go back-to-back. That's my goal, always. Championship is always my goal.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I was telling my teammates last year when we won, I had never won a championship at any level in basketball. So to do that, in college, I guess that's a real big achievement. So going back to back would be even more amazing.
Well, I've been fortunate to win a championship, and I've been unfortunate to lose one the next season. So, it's tough going back to back, and at the same time, like you said, we got to raise our expectations high. We got to come in this arena every day and work. It got to be a representation of work. The energy got to go through the roof. We got to have fun working at it, and that's what I try to get these guys to understand. One, we got to have a lot of energy. Two, we got to have a lot of fun, because the work needs to be done. And a lot of people like to run away from the work, but if we could get that energy level through the roof and have fun, then hey, we could have some fun at working hard. So it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be fun. We definitely want to represent this institution. We definitely want to reach out into the community of Savannah and Chatham County, Southeast Georgia, and try to represent them extremely well, whether it's with a championship or not. But we're going to put our best foot forward.
So the fun and the work set to start for the Tigers of Savannah State as they defend the SIAC championship into the 2022-23 basketball season. Coach Broadnax, Alik, Larson, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck to the Tigers during this campaign.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Send us some energy, baby.
I will. Coming straight from Statesboro. Tigers of Savannah State ranked 3rd in the East Division as they get set to start the campaign. The Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day continues after this timeout.
For HBCU athletics, this is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN, you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and Instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day, joined now by the Marauders of Central State, head coach Antonio Davis, Willie Jackson, the senior, and Marcus Scott, the grad student for the Marauders of Central State, join us in our pregame or the media day coverage here in the SIAC. Coach, thanks for joining us. Willie, Marcus, thanks for joining us as well.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's Mr. Ward, huh? This is going to get scary. Marauders ranked. That's all right. That's all right. Keep it. Marauders ranked 5th in the West Division coming into the preseason. Coach, your thoughts about last year? Got it into the tournament and then dropped the loss to Clark Atlanta in that first round. But coming into this season, what are your thoughts of the takeaways from last year as you build for this campaign?
Yes, sir. Well, you know, I was first year coach last year and inherited the ball club. And, you know, when you come in the first year, it's a foundation year. So we try to instill the discipline and the things that we try to get in place and change the culture. You know, as all first year coaches know, that's what we try to do. So we're very excited. We got a new group this year. So I got all my guys. So we're looking forward to seeing what we can do within the conference.
And Willie and Marcus, players under Coach Davis, Marauders trying to build from what they did a year ago. Your thoughts coming into this year's campaign?
I think that this year we understand. It was just learning. We learned a lot from last year. And this year as a upperclassman, the best thing to do is lead by behavior. It's not just by voice. Behavior is the thing that gets people following. And I think that if we do that, we can go deep into the fraternity. We have a lot of variety this year. We have deep depth into the bench, which makes it different also.
Yeah, piggybacking off of what they said, just trusting my team, trusting my coaches, and we work hard every day, and we're just excited to see what the season has to offer.
And I'll put this to all three of you. What is it going to take for the Marauders of Central State to, at the end of the year, not only be happy about a better result from a camp in the year from the season ago, but to win the SIAC title this year?
Well, it's just a matter of putting in the hard work that we are putting in. It's been a very good preseason. It's been a very good early practice season. The gentlemen are working extremely hard. They're very coachable. So we're excited about our improvement. We actually see improvement every single day. So that's very exciting as a coach, just to see that type of improvement and the type of work ethic that these young men are bringing to the table. So, as we talked about all preseason, we're trying to be the best team at the end of the season. We got a lot of new guys, so we're trying to gel. So as we move forward, we try to get better, and hopefully at the end of the year, we're the best team.
Willie and Marcus, as individual players, what do you think you're going to have to do to contribute to an SIAC title for the Marauders?
As I said before, I think that behavior is what gets it done, and knowing my role in the team and sticking to my role and not looking at other people's role and trying to fulfill what they do. I think that if we do that all across the board, sticking in our playing field, what we do best individually, when we bring it together collectively, that will be unstoppable.
Wow, you said unstoppable.
I think for me, just bringing in kind of the championship mindset, giving little teach to my teammates, just making sure everybody's level-headed and just giving some of my pointers that I learned from when we had our championship run to help us to get to that same opportunity. So I just think just being a good leader and communicating with everybody, and trusting in the coach, and everything happens.
Well, one thing for certain, it's going to take a collective effort from the coaches and the players from Central State to be crowned SIAC champs this season. And we certainly know that the capability is there from what you did from a year ago. And with Coach Davis in particular, his just approach to coaching and the mentoring of players. We wish you all the best as the 2022 season starts and gets underway for the Marauders of Central State.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marauders of Central State coming into the West Division preseason ranking at number 5. This is the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Championship or Media Day here on SIAC YouTube. We'll take a break and back with more conversation, this time with the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and Instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Wireless SIC Men's Media Day. Glad you can stay with us for our coverage. Conversation with the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. We'll take a different turn here. Thoroughbreds in exhibition basketball earlier today, so they are not able to be here in person, but they did go that extra step to record their thoughts about the pregame or the preseason for the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. 7th-year head coach Jamal Jackson, Montrell Jacobs, and Jalen Andrews, all part of the video presentation from the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. And here they are with their thoughts about the upcoming season.
I'm very, very optimistic about this season. We have 10 returners, 6 seniors. So this is a very atypical year for us. We brought in 3 recruits, 4 newcomers, and one of those newcomers is he was a red shirt last year, so he was with the program. So usually we bring in a slew of new bodies, but this year hasn't been like that. I love my team, love being around them, love teaching them, love coaching them, and I think they feel the same way about each other. So I'm extremely optimistic about this season. The 10 returners, I'll start with the seniors. Number 1, Montreal Jacobs. I think he was maybe second or third in the conference in scoring last year, 18 points per game. I expect him to return and build on that clip from last year. Number 2, Shimon Mosley, a guard who's 6'6" guard who is really growing over his time with us. Will create a lot of mismatch problems for our opponents. Real big energy guy. He just comes in the game. He's 100 miles per hour his entire time on the floor. Number 4, Elijah Lockhart, probably one of the most electric, athletic players in Division II basketball in the nation. He's at the forward spot for us. Number 5 is Jalen Andrews, one of our D1 transfers. Last year he played in the post. This year he'll play the stretch 4 for us. We expect some big things from him. He's somebody who can step out on the floor, plus play with his back to the basket. Number 11 is Kong. Once again, a big, long, tall guard who will create a lot of mismatch problems for our opponents. And number 14, Jawan Morrell, a 6'4" point guard, big body, big-time guy who can kind of bully his way to the basket and also find guys out on the floor. So those seniors we expect a lot from. One thing we've already improved on is our chemistry. Our guys enjoy being around each other. They understand how to play together. They understand their roles on the team. So that's one thing we're not having to build at this point in time. We already have that. They understand what we'll see in this conference. They understand the different styles of the different teams we'll have to face and what we need to do in order to get some things done.
We have a really exciting group this year. I feel like we can make a really good run. We've been playing really good as a team so far, so nothing but the best to come.
I'm just looking forward to seeing our guys gel even more. Like Coach Jack said, we came in, we promoted with each other, and it's only going to get better.
Look forward to the competition, us as a group getting better, being able to be tested. So just can't wait to start. We focus a lot on defense, coming back and really hounding down on getting to it, and the effort and the energy that we need to win games, and also watch a lot of film and try to figure out what we got to do next to get over that hump.
I feel like we've made a major emphasis on communication and, as Montreal just stated, defense, because with the team that we have, we use our length and our athleticism to get in the passing lanes, create some turnovers, and show time on the other end.
Head coach Jamal Jackson, Montreal Jacobs, and Jalen Andrews sharing their thoughts with us as the Thoroughbreds get set for the 2022 season, already in exhibition play to start the campaign. We wish them the best of luck. They come in ranked 4th in the East Division in the preseason rankings, and we'll see how they fare during the course of the season. Our coverage of the SIAC Media Day, sponsored by Cricket Wireless, continues after this timeout.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Welcome back to the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Media Day. And we're joined now by the Dragons of Lane College, Andre Turner, head coach of the Dragons, and Maximilian Bell and Kylan Haywood, the students, athletes who are joining us as well. Gentlemen, thanks for spending some time with us this morning representing the Dragons of Lane.
Thanks for having us.
Last year, 10-18 overall, first round loss to the eventual champs, the Tigers of Savannah State, in the SIAC tournament. Coach Turner, second year for you at the helm of the Dragon program. Your thoughts coming into this year in terms of where the footprint is that you're trying to put on this program, where you are in that process at this point?
Well, that's exciting. We're extremely excited. There's been a lot of work that's been happening here. I have guys that understand that the only way you get to any position in life, especially in a team sport, it's about working hard. And so I've pushed the work ethic on them every single day. There's been challenges to my guys. And I think, we're excited just about being able to put something in place this year and compete extremely hard every single day.
Well, last year I had a chance to watch you in the tournament in that first round ball game. Certainly got the impression that there was something special developing at Lane College. Max, one of your players that's joining us here today, just a very charismatic player on the court and very impactful as it relates to his influence on the other players, actually making them play a lot better. So to your point, I know part of your footprint includes the players that are part of you, but for the two guys that you have here now, I saw Max play last year and kind of want to get your thoughts on it as well as you all buy into this Lane program and its new direction. How are you feeling coming into this season?
I feel good. I think we got a good chance of winning it all. We just got to play hard and play as a team, just do it one day at a time.
Max?
I feel good. I'm very excited about this team. Our new players, everybody know their role. So I feel like it's a big part, we got our new big men that are going to be very helpful for us this season.
And Coach, you hear the comments of those two players and reference there by Max about the new big player in the middle. Just how good do you think this Dragon team can be in this upcoming season?
Well, just as good as we make it. It's about every single day working hard, getting better. And what we don't do, we don't put the cart before the horse, man. It's understanding each other, making sure that we're playing for each other and not just with each other, because there's an absolute difference. Any five can get out there and play with each other. But making these guys understand that they have to play for each other every single night. And it's getting better each day, not game by game, but day by day. And seeing improvement and encouraging each other. As I told them, we weren't discouraged with our finish last year. We had some things that happened to us, but in other terms, I was encouraged because of the way the guys continue to compete, continue to fight, even in the tournament. And then to say that we lost against the eventual champions, Savannah State, doesn't make you feel good, but it made us feel good for Savannah State. Coach Broadnax, who is an excellent coach, and I think this league is full of excellent coaches, and we get after it every single night and compete. And I think the SIAC is a league that should be reckoned with.
Max and Connor will leave the final question with the two of you. What is it going to mean for the both of you, one as a sophomore and then one as a senior, to win the title this year?
It's going to mean a lot, winning for my guy Max and the rest of the seniors, so they can get all the chip in the ring. It's my last year, so I'm trying to go all the way bang, so I can be ready for the next level.
Dragons of Lane College coming in ranked 6th in the preseason from the West Division, but certainly hoping for a different finish to the campaign of the 2022 season. Coach Turner, Max, Colin, thanks so much for joining us and best of luck this season.
Thanks for having us, man. Very excited.
Dragons of Lane College getting set for SIAC action, and the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Basketball Media Day rolls on after the timeout.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we
Back live with the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Media Day, talking now to the magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College under some unusual circumstances. They're traveling today, getting set to go into New Orleans to meet Xavier as a part of their homecoming festivities. Head coach Bonzi Wells in the middle of the screen with the hoodie on. Gerard Wilson and Andrew Anderson, part of the trio from LeMoyne-Owen, joining us. And thanks so much for taking the time. I know this is unusual for us to do it this way, but we appreciate the effort to have a chance to talk to you all.
We appreciate you having us. We're very excited for the season and looking forward to seeing other teams during competition this year.
Magicians, ranked third in the West coming into this season and finished third in the West last season, got it to the quarterfinals and lost to Benedict College there in that quarterfinal ball game. But coach, a team that pressed on 15 wins last season, coming into this campaign, got to be full of energy and encouragement as you start to look at the 2022 campaign set to unfold.
Well, we're definitely encouraged. This year was our first year of having a full calendar year of just kind of recruiting and just knowing everything. Last year, I was kind of thrown into the fire a little bit and just kind of just learning on the fly. But this year, I got a chance to really just relax, get the guys that I wanted in, and just have a full summer plus preseason of getting the guys, to play the way I want them to play, and hopefully we'll be ready when the season starts.
Andrew, you're a senior there at the guard position, 8 points per ball game, 2 rebounds per outing a season ago. I heard Coach reference it that now everything's kind of fallen in place and you got more of some continuity with the program. Your thoughts about being a part of the Magicians as you head into this 2022 season? I thought we had Andrew there.
I can't hear you.
Andrew, you there?
Andrew's frozen.
Okay. Well, we'll put the question to you, Gerard. You're a junior, and the same thing to you as it relates to now that everything seems to be in place, and you got the kind of continuity under Coach Wells. He settled in. You guys had a 15-win season a year ago. What are your thoughts coming into this campaign?
Man, we're very confident. We work really hard. Coach Wells, he really believes in us. He's putting us in situations to be successful. And, we're coming in as an underdog always. That's always our mentality. So, we're just ready to rock and roll. We're ready to shock the world pretty much.
Well, you're talking about shocking the world. You had 12 points per ball game, 2.6 rebounds per outing a year ago. What else are you looking to do to contribute to the Magicians as they vie for this SIAC championship?
I'm looking to be a better leader. Last year I was kind of technically one of the younger guys, but now even though I'm only a junior, I'm one of the veterans now. So I'm looking to be a better leader, have a lot of energy, and just do whatever I can for the team and for the coaches to be successful for the whole team. So that's it.
And Coach, we referenced before, we know you're on your bus headed to New Orleans at this very moment, getting set to get into some basketball action. After the long wait from a year ago, what are you focusing on coming into this first set of ball games, even with Xavier, and what are you expecting to see the front half of the season to kind of give you an idea about where this team is? Thank you, Jim. That's okay.
Right. I'm just looking forward to seeing how our guys respond to different type of playing styles. We played actually Xavier for our homecoming. They're a very aggressive team. They're long. They play very fast. And it was a little shocker to our guys in the first half, and they had to learn how to kind of get adjusted to that, especially our new guys. And in the half, they kind of got it together and they played well. So that was exciting for me as a coach to see how our kids responded. And that's just going to be our mantra all year long. When you get hit in the face, how you going to respond? And, we got some very tough teams in the SIAC this year, and I know they're going to be swinging hard. So this is always going to be how we take the hit and how we respond to it.
And Gerard, you're a junior getting set for the season. What would you like to see this Magician team do as a group overall?
And well, first and foremost, I would like us to make memories, form a bond for us to be, like lifelong friendships. We're like family. But ultimately, win the championship. We came up short last year from what we wanted. But I think we have a really good opportunity this year to really go achieve our goals. Like I said earlier, we have a really hardworking team, and I think we have what it takes. And like I said, we're coming as the underdogs, and we're hungry. So I think we could win it all this year.
Coach, first, the only SIAC title for the Magicians came in 2009. What would it be like if you were the one that lead them to one here in 2022?
It'll be awesome, and that's what we work hard for. I mean, that's what every team is going into the season saying. We want to win a championship. That's why guys are pushing their bodies to the limit. That's why, their mentals are being expanded a little bit in terms of learning. And when the time comes, hopefully we can put it all together and make that championship run and be successful.
Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College getting set for the 2022 season. Head coach Bonzi Wells and Gerard Wilson, the junior guard for the Magicians. Andrew Anderson, we believe, was on the call a little bit while ago, had to drop off. Thank you guys for spending the time. Safe travels and good luck this campaign.
Thank you very much. Blessings to you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Magicians of LeMoyne-Owen College, third in the West Division as they get set for conference play. We get set to roll on with more of the Cricket Wireless SIAC Men's Media Day after the timeout.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
The Cricket Wireless SIAC Media Day rolls on as we bring on screen the Golden Bears of Morehouse College. Head coach Fred Watson in his second year with the Golden Bears. Yasim Hooker and Miguel Carter, student athletes for the Golden Bears, joining us. Thanks so much for your patience, guys. And thanks for joining us for the media show.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Golden Bears advanced to the first round of the NCAA playoffs last season with a loss even in the semifinals. Didn't stop that train from rolling. Finished 24-5 overall. Coach and players, your thoughts coming into this 2022 season with that win behind your back from having made that first round of the NCAA playoffs?
We were excited about our journey in the regular season. We didn't complete it. Our destination, we didn't complete we didn't get to our destination. So we were a little disappointed about how things ended, but was pleased with the journey in the regular season. But we got a bit of taste in our mouth. We got to be honest. The guys are excited. I got our core, a group of guys back, Mikhail, Elijah, the Yasim Hooker, Todd Bird. So we got our core back who's, understand about that bit of taste that we have in our mouth. So those guys just working their tails off and getting ready for the season to come.
Okay, and I think you mentioned that the player to your right, that's we didn't get his name. Who is that, Coach?
Elijah Horton.
Okay, Elijah. And then Mikhail, want to get your thoughts as players weighing into this campaign. You heard Coach talk about there's some disappointment in the air in terms of the regular season finish, but still advancing to the regionals nonetheless. Your thoughts coming into this year?
This year, of course, we had a sour taste from last year. We were one of the better teams throughout the course of the year. So to actually not win the championship kind of bum guys out here. But this year, we got to establish the culture, push forward, put work in, make sure everybody holds each other accountable moving forward towards the regular season and the championship when time comes.
Elijah?
Yeah, basically what Kel said. We got to basically lock in, pretty much make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, holding people accountable, and basically having the end result that we wanted from the past year. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
And Coach, and to the players as well, you notched up your first title at Miles in your first campaign there, and we talk about the season that's upcoming. What's it going to mean for Miles if you're able to get that second win for the Golden Bears in terms of the title? It'll be title number 3 overall. But what's it going to mean so early in your experience over there to win that title?
That's the standard. It's always been my standard throughout my career.
Indeed.
Every year, that's how we prepare. They don't always, even the best laid plans go awry. But that's always the standard. Guys who come to play for Miles know that we're playing for a championship, not just to win games. And to play for a championship, there's a different level of investment that they have to put in. I don't like to use the term sacrifice, but I don't want guys to give up anything to get something because it's not sustainable. So we just talk about investing in the process where they can put stuff in so they can get something out on the back end of it. And so that's just the standard. I mean, yeah, we went back to back. We had some good years after that. You know, we prepared the same, but they were disappointing. Like last year, it was disappointing that we didn't finish the goal. But we primed. I think we got better. Turning out better over the summer. We did a great job recruiting in some of our weak areas. So we're excited. I'm excited. Practice has been intense, competitive, talent's there, the depth is there. So, man, we just want to get back at it, man. But championship is the standard. You know, we won't settle for anything less. Good is only good if great is not attainable. And so this team got the ability to attain greatness, and they got to go after it.
I like that finishing theme, Coach. Golden Bears of Miles College in search of the 2022 SIAC title. Coach Watson, Mikhail, Elijah, thanks so much for joining us. I know we're a little short on time today, but thanks for spending the time with us and good luck this season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
When you're looking for the latest information on Southern University sports, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and HBCU athletics, there's only one place to go. Tune in to the Carlos Brown Show, exclusively on the Black College Sports Network.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Cricket Wireless SIAC Media Day. Glad you could stay with us for our coverage. Joining us on screen now, the Badgers of Spring Hill College. In the middle of the screen, head coach Craig Kennedy. Looks like he could still do a layup or two.
High and low hook shot.
Gotcha. And Burrell Kabamba joining us as well. Thanks to all of you for your patience and for joining us in the media show as we talk about the Badgers of Spring Hill coming in ranked 7th in preseason in the West Division. Finished 4th last season in the West Division, 9-19 overall, got to the quarterfinals and lost to Morehouse College. But coach, as we assess your season a year ago and we look into the start of this season, your thoughts about where the Badgers are at this point as you get ready for the campaign?
Sure, and thanks for having us, Charles. Really appreciate it. You know, we had 9 freshmen last year, no seniors, no point guards, and we felt as the year went on, great resilience by our guys to persevere after a rocky start. We felt we just got better and better as the season went on. And so this year we've got a little bit of maturity. Some of the guys are shaving now, which is a real plus. And so we're excited about a chance to compete in the SIAC.
I had a chance to cover you all during the tournament last year. Tana and Morel on the floor. Both magical players, just inspirational players as well, not only just from a physical standpoint, but inspiring the rest of the team. To the two of you as players coming into what is a more aged Badger team now, what role do you think you can play in helping Coach Kennedy as you all try to just really put your footprint on the Badger program going forward?
I think the role that we should all play is like play together is like helping each other get better, being better leaders to get to where we want to get to as a team.
Yeah, just knowing your role in the team, just working together, helping each other out where everyone needs help, I guess, and just working out together.
And Coach, you referenced it a minute ago that you had a very young team a year ago. What's going to be the difference for you coming this year now that you got a more seasoned bunch as it relates to competition within the SIAC? I know you're just as familiar as everybody else that this is a very stiff league as it relates to conference play.
It is. It's a really, really good league, and it's been a thrill for us to be involved in it because there's so many good players and so many good coaches. For us coming into this year, just the fact to be able to practice together more last year with COVID issues where we didn't have the whole squad together, and just our maturity now as ball players, it's nice to see the development and growth of these guys as ball players.
And I'll put this final question to all three of you. Is this the year that the Badgers do the breakout and claim that SIAC title for the first time?
Go ahead.
Everybody said yes, right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody's chasing a mythical, conference title. And the hardest thing in sport is to win the last game of the year. We felt we made great strides last year, winning our first round conference game as we're a new team in the conference in many ways, moving from NAIA to NCAA D2. And, so our goals are to get better every game, both individually and corporately as a team.
Badgers finished or headed into this season ranked 7th in the West, finished 4th last season in the SIAC. Head coach Craig Kennedy, Tana Copa, and Barel Kabamba, thanks so much for joining us and best of luck during the campaign this year.
Thanks so
much.
Okay. The Cricket Wireless SIAC Media Day continues after this break.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and Instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Back live with the Cricket Wireless SIAC Media Day. We've come to our final interview of the day, and we indeed saved the best for last. It's the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee University. In the middle of the screen, Benji Taylor, the head coach in his 4th year, flanked by Devereaux Davis and Mason Green, student athletes for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Coach, 2nd in the West. Got that same preseason ranking coming into this year, finished 2nd in the West a year ago, 15-13 overall, pushed into the quarterfinals last year, losing to the eventual champ, the Tigers of Savannah State. 3 SIAC titles for that Tuskegee program as you all start this season. Tell me how you're feeling as you get set to start the 2022 campaign.
Well, thanks for having us, Charles. We've had the opportunity to sit here and listen to a lot of the other programs, and we echo the same sentiments. We're excited about the season. and we're looking forward to it. And SIAC play is going to be outstanding once again this year. And those preseason polls, you could throw those out the window because every game is going to be a fight. Every game is going to be a fight. We take pride, and since I've been here, playing a tough non-conference schedule. And we've always had the strongest schedule ranking in the conference. And this year will be no different. And as I look down our schedule, if we don't play well every night, we'll lose.
What was your focus in the offseason to get this Tuskegee team better coming into this season?
Well, to be honest with you, is to get everyone healthy. Greg Bull, preseason player of the year last year, missed last season with a knee. And he's still injured a little bit now. And then to get Mason Green, who only played 6 games last year, had a partial tear of his Achilles. So to be honest, we just get everyone healthy. And, our guys do a lot of, Mother Tuskegee is a little different. Our guys had a lot of paid internships this year. So I hope they were able to work and obviously they were, because we've had a good start to our preseason and we're playing pretty well. But my focus is to get everyone healthy.
Well, you have 2 players with you today, Devereaux Davis and Mason Green, who certainly will factor into the success of Tuskegee this year. So wondering from you guys, as you get set for this campaign, both of you with senior experience, one a senior, one a grad student, what does it mean for you all coming into this year that Tuskegee is really on the cusp of claiming that SIAC title with just a little bit of improvement from a year ago?
Well, it means a lot. We have a lot of senior guys coming back, so we're all bought in. We've been working really hard. Coach has been pushing us. He's been on us, coaching us tough. So it will mean a lot to bring an SIAC title to Tuskegee, because we've been working hard. And last year we went out on a sour note to Savannah State, and just seeing how the seniors reacted really hurt me as a junior. And I want to change that narrative. The young guys have really been bought in, and we have a lot of young talent that are bought in and want to send their seniors out the right way.
Kind of what DJ said, I'm excited as well. I only got to play 6 games last year, and I tore my Achilles. So just being on the side, having to rehab, having to watch, and not being able to go out there and battle with my guys really affected me. And I really believe in what Coach Taylor wants in his mission for us, and we just got to go out and play every night like it's our last and keep going.
Well, glad to have you back into play. Want to see what your impact will be during the course of the season. I know you're glad to be back as well. So as we get set to wrap it up, between the 3 of you, if you had to put one word or one phrase on what you think is going to be the difference with Tuskegee this year, the one that will allow you all to win the championship, just each of you, just one quick phrase or thought about that for Tuskegee.
Yeah, my focus is to win every day. And today we're winning because Mason Green did not say, "You feel me?"
It's not over yet, Coach. You can get it in, Mason, if you want, right?
He did not say, "You feel me," and he did not, do his hands like this. So we won today. So we got to try to win every day, and next Friday is for me the best day of the year. It's not Christmas, it's not Thanksgiving, it's not my birthday. It's the start of the basketball season. So we're awfully excited about. We're going to have to get better every game, and we're going to have to improve by the time we get to SIAC play, because it's going to be this is my 4th season. Of course, some other guys have been here longer. I think this is going to be the most balanced year ever in the league since I've been here. So we're going to have to get better. And then we've had some good regular seasons. We've kind of overachieved a little bit in regular season, especially my first year here. We were picked 6th and finished 2nd with a bye, but we haven't done anything in the conference tournament. So man, I'm looking forward to the conference tournament and to get over the hump.
Devereaux, Mason, you guys have the last word.
I'll just say, kind of what I said earlier, I think one phrase that can set the tone is just buy-in, because I personally think, and I say this humbly, I think we have the best team in the conference. We have a lot of talent, and we have a lot of guys. We have a lot of experience, and we have a lot of guys that are really willing to win. So I think if we all just continue to buy in and do what Coach always tells us, just do what he asks us to do, and really believe in him, which we do, we'll be fine. So I think that will set the tone for it.
The one word I would use is consistency. Just day in, day out,
starts preseason, starts in practice, consistent there, and then it'll translate over to the game. I believe we have the best coach in the conference, and as long as we believe in what he's showing us and go out there and execute, then the rest will handle itself.
Mason, I feel you. Tigers of Tuskegee University getting set for the preseason in the SIAC for the 2022 campaign.
It's been a tough week for Charles' homecoming week, so it's tough to get them where they're supposed to be on time this week. So
I've been over there.
We can get through this week. We'll be fine.
I understand that completely. Nothing like a homecoming at Tuskegee. Benji Taylor, head coach of the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, Devereaux Davis, and Mason Green. Thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck this campaign for Tuskegee.
And we are SIAC.
Yes. All right. Aren't we all? Thanks so much, guys.
All right, now. Thank you.
And that will do it for our coverage of the Men's Media Day, sponsored by Cricket Wireless. You heard from all the coaches from all the teams inside of the program and got their thoughts about where they wanted to be or where they think they are as the season gets set to get started. Again, on behalf of everybody in the SIAC office, Commissioner Holloman, and particularly Tyler Williams, guiding us through this entire process. For that work, for production work, just outstanding job in terms of coverage of the Wireless SIAC Media Day. Again, thanks so much for joining us, and make sure you catch an SIAC basketball game during the course of the season, and we will see you at the SIAC tournament coming up at the end of the year.